Hello, my name is Cedric Hamilton. I'm happily married with three beautiful kids, two girls and one son. I love spending most of my Saturdays and Sundays with my family, mostly Saturdays kind of hanging out, going to the mall, shopping with my kids, maybe playing golf with my son. Sundays, family day, mostly church. I want to tell you a brief uh, experience on some of my work history. I was formerly employed at Southern Cotton Oil, Archer Daniels Milling in Memphis, Tennessee. It was a processing plant that actually made cooking oil. I was the processing manager and purchasing manager. Very challenging job, detailing shipping, doing safety meetings, and also training individuals. The last time I worked in a strong team effort was every year City of Memphis have its annual Christmas baskets. We gave out approximately 5,000 baskets this year, which was a great task. It kind of works like an assembly line. You have empty boxes, 5,000, 5,000 turkeys, 5,000 canned goods, so you can imagine it's a very tedious process. Everybody was responsible for their own individual item. So you had this big long assembly line with this box sliding down. The end result was once the box reached its end destination, a worthy patron pulled up with a card and we actually loaded the Christmas basket in their vehicle. That was a really, really good time for me. The next thing I want to kind of briefly tell you about is sometime our plate gets full. And of course, we have a lot of items at work to juggle, and we have to figure out a way to make it work. Every year around June the 30th is our end of our physical year. That entitles us to complete all of our extensions, encumbrances, and amendments and whatever we have to do to process contracts on a daily basis. Uh, Last year around July, we had an abundant amount of contracts. We had short staff, so we really had to work hard to get all our amendments and extensions and contracts processed for July 1st, the new fiscal year. Want to kind of briefly talked about going over and beyond. One time, one of my coworkers was very sick. I think he was actually hospitalized for about maybe 2 weeks. So until he had a couple of divisions that we actually had to pull together and take up some of his daily duties. It was very challenging because keep in mind we had to actually process our own contracts and we had to actually help his division with their contracts. So what I did to kind of prioritize my work, I kind of split some of my daily duties and maybe set aside an hour to process some of his work, and the remaining part of the day I process mine. Kind of want to briefly talk about working under pressure. One time, City of Memphis government zoo, which is funded by our government, the chillers went out. And what a chiller is, it actually controls the temperatures for our polar bears. I got a call about 3:45 that the chillers went down, so I had to hurry up and get a contract approved that day before 5, within like an hour and a half. So I actually had to call carrier, get a couple of quotes, get insurance, business license, all that good stuff. And actually had to have a technician on the premises within an hour. If not, the polar bears could have experienced hypothermia or they actually could have died. So there was really tough pressure because the division director was calling me every 5 minutes to kind of see where I was at. Very challenging, but I did prevail and pull through, and I made it work. Kind of want to talk about Person 2 initiative. Sometimes we actually see things in our workplace that we can actually fix or correct or just make suggestions to make it a little better for some of our employees.